Sports. How excited are you to have Peter Steph back at number 7?
Well, very excited. Won't forget that they have a World Player of the Year. When you get him back and you see him training, which he's done the last 2.5, 3 weeks with us, you realize the quality that he has. And we're not excited for him to play for us on Saturday, but also for the other guys to have him there to learn from him. So he's been great. He could have easily been also captain in this game, but he hasn't played for a really long time. So very excited, along with a few others that are also returning from injury and those kind of things.
Sure.
Just looking at the team, obviously 11 changes in the starting lineup alone. How much of it is influenced by what you were going to do this week versus what happened against Italy?
Yeah, I think not a lot. I'll post the game at the press conference and then immediately at the team chat afterwards that was frustrating. But then if you go and look deep into what happened in the game, not a lot has changed. I think if you ask Mapimpi, most of the guys who's playing here, there's maybe 1 or 2 guys that, and I don't want to get into that would have played this game, and hopefully we can give them a chance against Georgia. But the changes are more respect for Italy than our performance itself, because we had a very experienced team, and I guess that makes it really difficult for the opposition to play against, but very easy to analyze in terms of how you know the strengths and weaknesses of opposition, where it's very tough for us to have really see where's there, maybe you know where the players' individual strengths are, but you don't know where their weaknesses are because you haven't played against them before. And now we had 1 game against them, and the guys who played last week transferred a lot of knowledge to the guys playing this week. So I would say 2 or 3 guys who missed out this weekend, but probably get a chance next weekend.
Rassie, how far is sort of CM, because obviously Barber's game with his neck last week was a niggle with Achilles. Are those injuries any influence to him not being
No, he's for Elizabeth, would have loved to play me, but maybe she just weigh up the positives and negatives of playing in a week early. I guess he could have played last weekend, but having 14 games this year, if you can play 10, that will be awesome. But we're also not expecting guys to play, all of them to play 10, 11 plus. So while we have the luxury of resting him another week, he wants to play in this game. Chris wants to play in this game. I want to be involved here because we're from here. So it was a tough one, but I think the wise decision is to give him another week because it's really not a serious one. But Achilles, if you have another week's rest, it can only be better for you. But hopefully next week.
Rassie, a very exciting backline you've selected for this week. Playing Willie at 13 is quite noticeable, and a new 9-10 combination. Would you say you want to up the tempo of this match in the second test compared to last week?
I was just first get to last week again. We scored 42 points. But 2 tries of them were disallowed and 1 of ours were disallowed. So to score 42 points, I think you're going to look at the test match last week, and of all test matches played, we scored the most points, and not that's something to rave about. But our attack wasn't bad. It's just when we're 28-3 up, you could see there was a little bit of a relax and thought things would just go easy now, which you don't expect from a team with those amounts of caps. So up until halftime, 28-3, just after halftime, try disallowed, and then it could have been 35. And you could have put them under the pump, and then they really played well, and we played really not good. So that team didn't attack badly. Damien and Jesse and Kirtley was good. Kirtley and Cheston had the most carries in the last 2 games for us. So the ball went wide, and we scored a scrum try, we scored some physical tries and some grubber tries and passing tries. But it's definitely a few players for them. Not a guy like Mapimpi and so on, that they'll know him well. But there will be a few new guys for them to also try and handle. So it's exciting to see the young ones. I wouldn't say they are more of an expansive team than the team that play. Because you take Cheston and Kirtley out, and Jesse and those guys, they can play the game. But yes, exciting for youngsters and older guys.
Rassie, just the makeup of that bench, obviously at 5-2, but we keep the pitch at 6-2 with Andre, and then you maybe talk about the guys who pulled on that bench.
Yeah, I think if things go their way, it can be used as a 6-2. But then because Sasha covers quite a few positions, he covers 10, 15, and 12. I think a guy like Rassie, we had a good chat to him. Rassie and Damian Willems, those guys could have easily been in the mix here. But just to have the makeup of a guy like Ethan who covers for you 12 and 13, then Sasha does 10 and 15 for you. And then obviously Kobus is a straight swap, and Andre, if you really have to, can move to 6 flank like we use them now. I don't think that's a secret anymore. So yes, it's Kobus is obviously covering lock and loose forward for us, and Ivan 6 and 8 for us, and in the front row is pretty obvious with Jan Hendrik covering hooker for us now. So overall, just trying to get into this group, into most of the guys, 2 matches in these 4 matches would be ideal.
Guys, 4 minutes left on vloggers. If anybody has questions for Mapimpi that you want on vlogging, please get that, and then we can go on with the other 2 minutes. So does anyone on vloggers have a question for Mapimpi before we switch? No? Okay, you can go on.
Just Rassie, a word on, obviously you're very capable you've built up to this one for a while now and spoken about the length, but just a word on him.
Yeah, well, I play 100 test matches, I'm not sure what his win percentage is, those 100 test matches, I really don't know. But I know there's only 7 or 8 guys that's done that before, so, Willie is an interesting character, and, I understand totally that when people, you don't know him personally that well. In the beginning, I didn't know him well at the Stormers, and sorry for this long answer. But I basically said he couldn't make the Stormers squad when he went in there because his emotional involvement in the game, he shows, he's a guy that shows what he feels. And I remember talking once to a coach overseas where he plays, and I said, I don't understand why Willie is doing these actions. I mean, he said to me something that really stuck with me, where he said, because he cares so much. He doesn't hide his emotions, and I think if you talk to my teams or anybody in the team, the way Willie looks sometimes when he's a little bit down or not happy, it's definitely not a reflection of how he feels for the rest of the team. It's just how much he cares for the team. So very happy. I definitely made a mistake in the beginning not keeping them at the Stormers, and now he's got 100 test matches, 2 World Cups. He's done a few things for Wasp, he's played for the Free State, so we're very proud of him, and we hope we can help in that to make us one of the World Cup.
One from Makazole, going from Sky Sports Italy. I read that back in the past that you said that in 2027 you would have been maybe too old to make the World Cup. Are you still in the same mind, or maybe this match against Italy is another one to say, okay, maybe I'm still here?
Yeah, of course I'll be old, but kind of honestly I can't promise myself about that. The only thing that I can do is just to focus on what's going on, which is giving me a chance and also when I'm in this so it's to be also very happy to be here as well.
Hi, Rassie. You mentioned that your defense this past weekend was not as you would wanted it to be. What have you noticed was the issue in that game, and have you worked on those things?
Yeah, I thought last week at the press conference they scored 4 tries, it was 3, so I said that wrong. But if you look at the 3 tries, there was nothing that they outsmarted us. It was missed tackles, one-on-one missed tackles, and guys getting momentum, and us just not getting, in our opinion, in Jerry's opinion, time to set the line. When we were attacking, they were really competing hard at the breakdown, and like they did in the first 2 Six Nations games, they really manned up physically. Guys like Gqeberha was tackled back, Lewis was tackled back, and they kept on doing that. So yes, it's frustrating to just concede 3 easy tries like that without being even a man down. But that's something I think which is fixable. So I think we don't have a problem that was our problem. We know that, and the guys who's playing this weekend hopefully will fix that.
For Makazole, it's very exciting to have you back in the Eastern Cape. Just from your point of view, the emotions, the feelings, coming back to the home fans, playing in Gqeberha on Saturday? What does it feel like?
I think all of us as a team were very excited to be back here. I think the last time we were here was after COVID, 2001. And also did see the kind of the half the time and also when we play in PE, it's hit different because people don't experience what the other people experience through the cities and sharks getting stolen at the same time. So it's very rare Springbok player here. So I'm sure people are very excited to come.